President today striking a somber tone, a moment of silence honoring our heroes killed in Kabul, the reality of which reminds Americans of the sacrifice our troops and their families make every single day. We all know the expression. They have to live it. War is old men talking and young men dying. Let's check in with a friend to this show and to me personally, the founder of the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, veteran Paul Rieckhoff. PJ, what did today mean to you about the reality of this situation?
I think it brought it all home for the people who weren't really paying attention. I feel like today was a day where I heard from more civilian friends, from people who don't normally watch the news, who maybe were on vacation for the last couple of weeks. You know, our community has been furious. It's been heartbreaking. It's been agonizing. Today was a gut punch. It was really shattering for many people. And I think it's one of the most dark and tragic days for the modern military that I can remember, because we were watching it unfold. It felt like we could feel it coming, and we dreaded that it could come. And today it came. And I just want to echo what, my friend Seth said. This is about those families right now and about those heroes. And if we're looking for a way to rally as a country, we need to rally around those Marines and that corpsmen and their families and our Afghan friends. And we've also got to continue to demand accountability from government. That's got to be a part of this. So, this is a very, very tragic day, and I hope we can find a way to rally around those families and force our president especially to find the best path forward out of this mess.
What has to change?
Look, I think the president has got to have a plan. I mean, I think a lot of people are asking him, what the hell are you doing right now? It seems like he's talking out both sides of his mouth. We're out, we're in, we might extend beyond the August 31st deadline, we might not. I think, number one, we got to ensure that every one of our service members is safe. The question is not their integrity or their heroism or whether or not they're up to the task. The question is always the president, whether it's Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, or George Bush. And too often the politicians fail. The politicians put us in untenable, dangerous situations and leave us there. So the question now is, how long is this going to go on? Right. How are you going to keep our people safe? And also, the thing you keep hearing, how are you going to get our people out? I disagree with Seth. We need to stay there till they're out. Get all our allies out, because that message cascades far beyond Afghanistan. And that's what you're hearing in a chorus of bipartisan veterans, military families, and folks on active duty who can't talk in public.
But look, I mean, I don't have to tell you this, but if we were worried about whether or not we can keep our troops safe, we wouldn't go into any of these situations. And we haven't even heard yet whether or not they're going to stop this protocol of having Marines. Look, I get Marines, and I get how brave they are, and I get how servicemen and women want to do the job no matter how dangerous. That's why you guys are the best of us. But that doesn't mean you should be put in that position. And certainly we shouldn't see any more footage of service members in the crowd with no protection, where a suicide bomber can basically walk up and give them a hug, because we have no guarantee it's not going to happen again. But Congressman Moulton's point, PJ, to respond to is this. You have to get out. You need a deadline, and then just try to make a deal with these bad guys, the Taliban, to allow some type of productive continued exit, because you'll never get people out, and you'll keep getting your guys and women hit by suicide bombers and other threats there the longer you stay.
Look, I think there's a false choice here. We got to either get out right now or throw our people into increased danger, exponentially. I mean, anybody who watched this footage over the last couple of weeks knew that our Marines and service members were exposed. This was a terrible soft target. We had been warning, folks in government about this for a long time. Sometimes our president's got to save our military from themselves. They're going to be brave. They're going to do anything you ask them to do. But we've got to ask President Biden, was this the right situation to put them in? Was that a risk level that you're accepting and that we should accept? I don't think that was clearly laid out for the American people until today. Now there are going to be hard questions. Now there's increased pressure. And I hope there's more candor, because they can't spin how many babies were born on a plane anymore, how many got out today. Now they've got to address how many Marines have died and how many of our friends will die if we pull out, and when.
The problem for them is if they had an easy, good answer, we would have heard it already. But PJ Rieckhoff, Righteous Media, I appreciate you, I appreciate your service, and I appreciate your clear eyes on the situation. I know you're working with all these other veterans. I refer to the Digital Dunkirk. If you go online and you use that hashtag, you'll see the network of concerned veterans that are trying to get people out. It is just a frustratingly and desperate situation. Be well, brother, and thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
All right.